Yeah, Eagles wear boxing. I can't control this thing, y'all. So I just I'm gonna have to like more or less pop in and out the other way. So now I gotta do everything just the opposite of what I usually do. Let me see. So it looks like sound. Yeah. It's just been acting. It's been acting real weird. So I can't. I mean, you guys have to let me know about the sound if the sound is okay. Because at first I couldn't even get my own screen when I went live. I couldn't even get the screen. Now I can't see anything in the studio. I don't know. I can't see anything on in my studio. I can't see anything. You say I need to take the rain dance off because it starts to you said it starts to rain every time I start my stream. Hey, this come in late, man. You got to come in 4 minutes late. Yeah, I'll figure we'll figure it out later. Yeah, we'll just I'll do what you said. You said make do today. Yeah, we'll just try to make do and try to figure it out. Yeah. Y'all sir say salute over there to Mr. Cannabis Education and Entertainment. Yeah, I'll just click back to it just to make sure. I don't know. It's being real weird. Yeah, it's just being weird. So we'll see how it works. But so far it's working right now. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. I'm just used to more or less seeing if the voice and everything working, but it looks like everything's it's good. It's just it's just different, just a little bit different. So I don't know what you guys are thinking. We had some terrible stuff happen over here, yeah, sir. Well, we're in the U.S. We always got something terrible that's going on. Yeah, but this one was totally ridiculous. Where this a cop, more or less, has allegedly shot somebody in their own house for no reason. Said that the person was actually coming after him with a pot of hot water or whatever, and he was called over to their house to help them out. So that's where America is today. So it's gonna be a lot of people upset about that. There's gonna be a lot of protests and who knows riots or anything else. It's probably be a lot of things. You said I'm thinking who we gonna hate on today. I don't know. Just name somebody. We can hate on somebody. What I say? Uh, Bag full of empty nest. So if I put a title like that, you should already know. You know what it's. You more or less can tell what it's about. If I put those type of things down, you more or less know what it's about. So it's not like it's something. It's not like it's something that you wouldn't know. It's something that we will know. Very simple. It's all the stories. I'm tired. I don't know if you guys are tired, but I'm tired of all the stories of who's gonna fight who. We're trying to get good fights, and I don't know. There's rumors, things up in the air. Tank Davis was trying to get out of the fight at first. I don't know. So just take those words with a grain of salt. If I say he was trying to get out of the fight, but then Loma ends up getting out of the fight, I'm like, who's fighting? Who we gonna get now? Now there's rumors of Shakur fighting Tank Davis next, or what? It's just too much. It's all over the place. There's rumors of Bud already overlooking his opponent and wanting Canelo next. So it must be something that they've seen in this opponent. So if he's just looking past an opponent, I guess I'm gonna pick him in 4 rounds, 5 rounds to get rid of this bum. If he's already looking past him, he's already looking for Canelo. And the whole thing that's weird, and you guys can get mad at me in any way if you want to, is I'm not trying to. I don't protect no fighters. But what I don't understand is why wouldn't you fight Earl at 154, but now you fighting at 154 and you talk, and then you're gonna fight at 168. This shit is just totally not making no sense to me. If you beat Earl up at 147, just go beat him up at 154. We could already had the fight. And yes, Earl just didn't want to fight. Well, Earl shouldn't, in my estimation, he shouldn't fight. But some people think that he's not damaged good. He's been beat up he's always been damaged. It's just Bud exposed that part of him. I mean, he came in there neurologically just not sound. Yeah. If you're mentally not sound, that's one thing. You can still fight if you're mentally not sound, but neurologically you can't fight. When there's something wrong with you that you can't control, then you probably shouldn't be out there. If it's a lot of mental things, you can get over mental things. Oh, my mind is just foggy. I used to run for a long, long time. If I had neurological problems, I wouldn't be able to run. But my mind used to say, "Oh no, just quit, just turn around, let's go back." But then my will would just keep kicking. I said, "No, I'm gonna keep going because I don't look at myself as being ordinary." I said, "I'm not ordinary. If I was ordinary, yeah, just quit. Yeah, if you're ordinary. If you're not ordinary, you keep going." So that's the way I look at stuff. If you're not ordinary, you keep going. If you're just ordinary, yeah, just go ahead and quit. Yep. Yeah, so I don't want to talk about that. No, I'm not trying to talk about it, but I'm just saying. Yeah, so I seen that video. It was horrible. Yeah, and the thing about it, this is the worst ever as I can ever remember. Besides like 1994, whenever it was when they showed the Rodney King thing, this is probably the worst I've ever seen. To where this video is available on every outlet. You know, no disclaimers, no nothing. Just they just put it out there. They don't care if little kids see it or nothing. It's just out there. There's no protection to the public, to where they are trying to protect any of the youth from seeing it. It's like it's an open lynching that they're just showing, and like we don't care. These things happened in the past, they're still happening, and we don't care. We want everybody around the world to know and see our power, what we do here. It's very, I'm not really going to talk about it, but just like Bruce said she was murdered. He said it's plain and simple. He said he'd been watching it for 2 days. Yep. I can't even look at it. I'm one of those squeamish ones. I mean, I've seen stuff like that in real life, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to. And the thing about it is because of her words is really, her words is what really got me. Is she was talking about rebuking this guy, and as soon as she said that, he turned into a straight demon. Like, wow, are you kidding me? Yeah, so it said the man asked her to turn the stove off, and when the poor woman went to do that, he said, man shot her. Yep. Bud is fighting Madrimov at 154 in a few weeks, whereas Earl pulled out of his Fundora fight due to injury. Well, Earl can't really fight no more. He's just a promoter. He'll be a good trainer somewhere. Yep. You said you seen it on Twitter. Twitter. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Earl. Is this more? It's just injured. He's gonna be injured, man. You don't get over. I don't know. Well, people don't understand all those injuries that Earl had. You don't get over those within a year or two. You don't get over those injuries. You don't. Those injuries will take him a boxer's lifetime to get rid of or to get over. You just can't get over that stuff. It takes for man, please. Man, I'm still not even over this little damage I had in my foot, man. I'm still not even over that. It's like it's constant rehabilitation, constant, you know, in cold bath, warm bath, uh, massages, therapy, maybe even a couple of injections. I don't believe the herbs, um, eye drops, supplements, um, strengthening every last one of your muscles from your toes all the way up, your whole body, fingers, toes, knees, or thighs, legs, ankles, and everything. And then the nutrition and everything else has to be right for like years. I mean, you might recover. It might take 3 years to just recover from some of the smaller things, but a lot of people don't get it. They're not getting that. And I feel, I feel for him. I mean, if they put him out there and allow him to get damaged up, that's on them. But, I feel for it that he just shouldn't, just leave it alone. I mean, you could have been you could have went down in history as one of the best. You still are one of the best, but you could have went down in history even better. But I don't know. Yeah, and people might not think so, but yeah, I wrote him off. Like, Eagle, don't write him off like that. No, I wrote his ass off, man. I had to write him off, man, because some people maybe can handle those kind of. You can't. With the way he fight, yeah, you can't. Yeah, there's no. You got to, you got to take a lot of time off. Because remember, I told you that there's layers to all this stuff. Remember, so it's like, um, your lifestyle and everything else has a lot to do with your rehabilitation. Just like in any sport. In football, if you're just a real hard contact type of person where you damn near knock yourself out every play, and you have an injury, you're probably not going to get over that injury at all. You're probably going to be injured for your whole career. But if you're a person what they call finesse, you do more movement, you're out the way, you're here, there. Like, it depends on your injury. If it's an injury that doesn't affect your lateral movement and all that, you're probably going to heal up from it. Because you're just not taking direct shots. I mean, and that's why, they had these rules to protect quarterbacks. See, these quarterbacks, um, they recover a lot of times. Only time they don't recover if it's like knees or something like that. But usually with a quarterback, it's always shoulders, arm, elbow. It's always something like that. Every once in a while they get knocked out, but usually it's not. It's not something that really is going to affect their mobility. No, it's usually not like a knee or something like that. If it is, they got a backup. They just have to stay out. But usually it's not. If it is, and another thing, if it is knees, is a lot of times it's just it's career threatening, and they're probably going to be out of there. This simple as that. They're just going to be out of there if it's like that. Yeah. But I saw that too. How he's talking about turning that on. Earl ain't got time for that. He wants to hit them clubs and the bottle. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really speak on what he does, but I can't really speak on none of them what they do. And yes, they show it to me, but that's just my assessment and my the way I look at it is that And even bringing up what you said, if you can't, if you can't stay away from, if you can't stay away from all this stuff, yeah, okay, there we go. Looks like the thing is working now on the other side. Yeah, I usually like to see. I like to see my scale because as long as I can see my scale going up and down, then I know that my voice is going through. Yeah, but these guys that do have these problems, they need to do. There's more measures they need to take. They need to take care of this shit. I mean, because even watching AB, I don't know if it was an old clip or whatever, but watching you hold a gun up to your head and all that, something wrong with you, man. Um, this picture, this whole freaking boxing picture. You got so many. Think about it, man. I don't know, man. Was there another time in boxing where we had this many mental cases? Everybody's a freaking mental case. Tyson Fury's a mental case. AB's a mental case. Um, who else? Tank, at one point, a mental case. Ryan Garcia, mental case. Tank didn't necessarily admit it or nothing like that. Who else? It was some other fighters that had to get their mentality together. It's like all these fighters are mental cases now. Yeah. Like everybody's a mental case. It's like, are you kidding me? You said AB need rehab. And then he's up there now. AB's older now. AB's in his 30s, right? It's not like AB was a youngster. I think AB should have just stayed where this thing we would have had a good fight if AB stayed at like one. You imagine AB fighting at 140. If he would have stayed in championship form, that means we would have seen him and Bud fight. That would have been a good fight. That would have been a good fight. AB in his prime, like fighting the way that he knows how to fight, letting them hands go. I think that would have been a good fight. But messing around with that 147. Yeah, 135. AB at 135. He would have definitely been a problem. AB a problem. He would have definitely been a problem. I mean, for sure, for sure. For sure. Yep, he would have been a problem. But things happen for a reason. And all these fighters, they decide to do whatever they do. They decide to do it for a reason. We don't necessarily get the reason. But right back to the topic, about the whole bag thing. You guys, you fighters are making it seem like it's totally fraudulent. You're making yourself look fraudulent when it comes to these bags. You're making yourself you look fraudulent. I'm sorry. You get mad if you want to, but you look very fraudulent. Because here's the thing, is that we as fans, we're hearing about your disgusting attitude because the bag that you was getting wasn't quite enough. See? And then we see you go fight somebody else for less than what you was going to fight for. or we see you just not fight. See? And that's not good. Because we see you just not fight. Oh, I'm not going to fight. Or we see you just turn down, but you're going to turn down a bag and then fight somebody else for less. It's like, it ain't making no sense. And then, I don't know how much money Bud getting for this fight, but ain't nobody paying for this fight. Oh no, Yasser's paying for it. Because Yasser paid like $19.99 or something. Like, what you pay Yasser? $19.99, right? Y'all sir's paying for this fight. Ain't nobody else is buying this fight. Who's buying this fight? Ain't nobody buying this fight. So what the heck is it? What the hell is it? Is it bag full or just empty nest? And that's a double meaning too, because it's like, is the bag full? Am I getting paid what I need, my standard pay as a fighter, or am I just gonna run? You can't pay your trainer. You can't pay your physical therapist, your massage therapist, and all these other people. You can't pay them the gym facility, because more than likely you don't own that gym. But you can't pay all of them if you're not getting paid. Yep. He said turkey. Okay. Sheep is paying all the fighters very well, whether anyone buys it or not. Our pay-per-view is in anything between 15 to 20 these days. I thought you was paying I thought you had a flat fee that you was paying for the fights, like 19.99 or something like that. Yeah. We talked about this, y'all, sir, way back 3 years ago or whatever, 3-4 years ago. We talked about this. That that over there in the desert, that they're taking care of these people because they got a lot of money. They could write off losses because they got so much money. They can write. This ain't nothing to them. But over here, these promoters, these promoters over here don't have that kind of money. They're not billionaires like that. They can't just write off losses like that. If you're a billionaire and you write off a little loss like that, that's nothing. You just get even money on your exchange for product. But like I said, if you're just a millionaire, you can't write off millions of dollars. Yep. He said no, son. He said U.S. cards are like 15. Okay, because of the time. All right. Yeah, but just think about this though. If these billionaires just get tired, I look at it this way. That's why I said if they get tired, and the reason I say that is because I look at it this way. I look at it like the old gladiator days, where they had the lions and the gladiators fighting. The emperor, they had all the money. They could throw a big feast afterwards if they wanted to or whatever, because they was using all the people's money. And even if that's not exactly the case, that's the way I look at it today. I look at it, if these big billionaires, they might even be trillionaires, but these big billionaires, they give you a little bit of money because it's entertaining for them. Because they're going to bring all their other, the replacements for all these emperors, they're going to bring all their replacements to watch you. You're entertaining them, but they don't care about a few $1 million. They don't care about that. That's nothing. That's nothing to them. But if there's something else that comes up, and boxing probably to them is more entertaining, they don't, maybe they don't want the UFC style MMA. Maybe they don't want that. But the one thing I can tell you about this is that if they get tired of you and they want some other form of entertainment, your ass is out of there. And then what you gonna do if you can't grab that bag? It's bag or none. Well, and then back to your point again, if you're saying So they don't really care about the money per se. Okay, they still have somebody who's in media that's gonna report of how bad the publicity for the fight was as they broadcasted it. Because maybe I don't care about the money part of it, but I do care um, that my resort, my business name, my corporation name, and such is not being, marketed the way that I need it to be marketed. You see what I mean? I hope you understand what I mean when I say that. So it's just not, things is just not, you know, becoming or being marketed the way that I need them to be marketed. I'm surprised I came back on though, because I was about to give up on this app. Like this app, like what are you doing? How come you're not showing me on my channel? What the f? It's like, you know what's crazy? Is I think that I got a message for a friend of mine on my phone. If somebody's talking about some kind of business move that they was doing, I'm like, shit, that's not me. And then they actually used my friend's name in the sentence. I'm like, okay. I was like, what? Why is this coming to my phone? And then I see that I was the only recipient because it wasn't like it wasn't a group thing. It was just only sent to me. Somebody has done something to cross up. So you guys be careful. They are crossing up the communication on certain platforms, on certain apps, and also cross, you know, and also in the cross communication manner too, I believe. So between different apparatus that you might have. So y'all be careful. Make sure just always, and I'm sorry, you're just going to have to keep checking, like keep checking your bank statements. You're going to just have to keep checking stuff. It's not because of ego, but you're just going to have to. Sorry. Sorry. Don't get mad at ego about it. Yep. Most UK cards are $19.99, but sometimes they charge $24.99 for certain fights. Okay. So every once in a while, you got to pay a little bit more. But it's nothing like over here, where sometimes the damn thing's $100. That's too much. It's too much when I'm sitting at home watching. Especially if you're not doing what I need you to do. Because there's certain shit that we need you to do, homie. If you're going to be getting my money, you're going to have to be fighting a certain way. Yeah, don't play me. Yeah, don't play me. Is that you are going to have to do what we need you to do in order for you to get this money. I'm just looking at something. Don't worry, but I'm not going to lose my thought. Thought from in here, not that could be a bad sentence. Pause. She said, I lost my thought. I don't know, y'all might not get that, but yeah, I lost my thought. Wow, that's how our language here changes so much. That's how it changes, man. It changes from one way to another. That you can lose your thought process, or you can just lose your thought. You shouldn't care about losing your thought, though. Oh, you shouldn't really care about it. You shouldn't care about losing your thought. Well, I lost my thought. Yeah, it's good. It's good to lose a thought. You don't want her or him around you. Yeah. Huh. So, yeah, it's been kind of scorching here. Let me see how hot it is. Let me see how hot it is for y'all, sir. Let me change the index on here. I'll change it back. Okay. Okay, so it's not that. So it's been probably, let me give y'all sir this so you can figure this out. So it's been anywhere from 33 degrees here, y'all sir, 33, C, to about 40 C. Let me see, about 40 C. 1, 2, 3. No, probably, yeah. So we say in between 32 C and 40 C has been here. That's our temperature. That's how our temperature has been like for the last, I don't know, weeks, month, whatever it is. It's like I'm sitting on the desert. This ain't even the hottest spot. I heard there's the hottest places in the world right now, but shit. They just recorded another high temperature somewhere here by the Death Valley. It was 100. This is Fahrenheit now, so it was 100 and I want to say 180, 160 or something. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 160 degrees? That's hell. That's nothing. There is nothing that can cool you off if it's 160 degrees. I mean, you would actually have to. I mean, when I say nothing to cool you off, I mean the waters go off. I mean, you would have to just lay in a tub of ice until the temperature went down. That's crazy, crazy. That's how, man. I'll look it up a little bit later. Yeah, but you say high 20s, that's like, and we're talking like, so you're in 20s, which is, that's comfortable, right? But we're in like 30, we're above 33. We're like 33 to 40 and even higher than 40. Shit, maybe even some, and then the highest temperature is over 60. The highest temperature they got was over 60. 60 something, 70. That's insane heat. I mean, I didn't even know because they tricked us as when I was a kid. They used to trick us, and so I used to think that like the desert over the Sahara Desert. I used to think that was the hottest spot. I didn't know I lived miles away from the hottest spot on Earth. Yeah, because it gets. I mean, it gets so hot here. I mean, they got a population of less than 10 people in the hottest spot that there is. I don't know what would make you want to build a house out there. I guess you could pump your water in, but it's like, I can't even, my imagination is not vivid enough to understand how much money you spend to cool your place down. And that you cannot live there at all if you don't have a way to cool yourself down. You can't live there. There's no way. You just can't. There's no way you could live there. If you didn't have some kind of artificial way of cooling yourself, that would be it. And even starting your car off, is if you had an emergency, that thing's gonna overheat. I mean, diesels can take a lot of heat, so if you got a backup generator that's maybe diesel or something like that, or you would have to have heck of solar panels out there. I mean, you'd have to have 3, 4 different types of backup for your power. Nah, because let's say your power went out, it's 1 o'clock, and the temperature is already like over 130, over 130, 40. There's no way. Shit. 140 degrees, that's the internal temperature of what? A raw, a medium steak? Medium rare? Yep. So yeah, you sitting there roasting. I don't know what to do though, y'all. So I don't know who we gonna get to fight, man. Who is actually gonna fight? Who are we gonna get to fight? We need to get somebody to fight. That's it. We've been wanting all these fights, and I don't know about how good. I don't know how good Cruz is. Yep. I don't know how good Cruz is, but I mean he wants to fight. So let's. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see Davis fight him anymore. I think Davis proved his point, especially being hurt. You know what I mean? So, but hopefully we'll get these fighters, the ones that are you faking on us? Are you tricking us? Do you want the full bag? Or are we just gonna see an empty nest? And that's the, that's the key. That's the topic. It's either gonna be a full bag because you're getting paid, or you're gonna be an empty nester. And hopefully you're not an empty nester because it's doing nothing for the sport. And y'all saw this is like a bailout with the Sheik. So the Sheik is he's bailing this sport out. Like I said, there's always layers. But do we know the real reason he's bailing it out? We need to get boxing back to being international. Professional boxing. We need to get it back international. With the social media, you guys have a great outlet, and you have to work with these promoters, and maybe you can't get as much money as as you really require, as you really want. But I would say go fight. If you got a lot of fans in the area, I would say go fight there. Just go fight all over. And so that way, once you have that demand for the big pay-per-view, these fans that liked you, that you signed autograph with and took pictures with, maybe they're going to sign on when you do have a pay-per-view. But at least you got different countries looking at you and not just calling you some stinking Yank or something like that and going against you. So that's all I got on that. It's just I just wanted to come through for the Wednesday, probably Friday. I got to work, but we'll do Friday wrap. Wrap up probably assess what's going on this weekend, and just wrap it up. Good fights coming up in the next couple of months, man. I want to see how Bivol does. I don't think he'll get knocked out. If he does lose, he might get beat up. Who knows? But I like guys that don't act like tough guys, though. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. Eagles Way of Boxing. Peace, power, protection, prosperity, and also preservation. I always come up with, I got to have at least my 3 My peace, power, and protection. Always got to have those. But we're going to try to add something else, P, all the time so we can keep it on a positive note. But y'all know what it is. Eagles way of boxing. Ha, ha. When you get the real and not some deal. You see that, y'all, sir? How Eagles hands so quick? All right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all. Bye, Miss Hussein.